When I look back, over my life and reflect and think about, wow, the amount of opposition, adversity I went through, I made it out of, I felt as though that's impossible. Like I was supposed to be a failure. I was supposed to fail. Did you hear me? I was supposed to fail from the beginning, since birth. You talk to somebody my mother had me at 18. Like I was supposed to fail. My mother was a single mother of 5. I was supposed to fail. The last time I saw my father was at 12. And then the next time I saw him was at 26 due to being in prison. I was supposed to fail. You talk to somebody that graduated college successfully with a 3.4 GPA. I was supposed to fail. Did you hear me? Somebody that grew up living apartment to apartment evictions, getting kicked out of other people's houses. Like I was supposed to fail. And so when I think about it, I failed failing. I failed being a failure. Do you hear me? I could not be a failure at the end of the day. I could not take that role. I could not own that position. I failed at being a failure. When I think about the things that my family been through, that I've been through, seeing something, not having gifts on Christmas. Do you understand me? Not being able to provide for ourselves day in, day out, not being able to just live. Do you understand that? Struggling. When I understand the things I've been through and the things I made it out of, I realized that, man, I failed at being a failure. I failed at being a failure and I became a victor. I became a successor. I only succeeded in life. And I wonder, why do I still feel like I'm failing? It is because I only seen the struggles. I only meditated on the struggles, the process thereof. The progress was enough for me. No. The process of it all, it traumatized me. It scared me. So guess what? I realized that I failed at failing. I'm a successor. I succeed in what I do. I cannot take on the title, take on the role, take on the position of failing. That is impossible for me. I realized that in my life, yes, I hit so many oppositions and roads and struggles and adversities and traumas in my life, but man, it could not stop me. For some reason, I succeeded. For some reason, I just couldn't fail at it. Even when I wanted to fail, even when I placed myself in a failing position, I still succeeded. I still got up and made it through. So guess what? You got to understand that, listen, you have to fail at failing. You have to make sure that you don't take on that role of being a failure. Just because it looked like you failed doesn't mean you are a failure. Do you understand that? You have the final decision. Rocky said this. It's not about how many times you get hit and knocked down. It's about how many times you get hit and get back up. It's not about the failure thereof. It's about succeeding. It's about winning. It's about keep going after you get hit. There is no such thing as failure. Failure is not an option. If you look at it correctly, you can only succeed. You can only win. You can only conquer, man. There is no such thing as being a failure, but you can fail at failing. Yes, I made some decisions in my life that caused me to be in a failure position. A failure stance, but some reason I still made it out. Some reason I still had some revelation in my mind that, listen, this is not where I want to be. This is not who I am. This is not where I can be. Listen, I can be greater. I can be more than that. I am a conqueror. Listen, I am a champion. Why do I want to lose? Why do I want to fail? Because I didn't fail in the past. Why will I want to fail now? So I understand now. There is so much adversity, so many oppositions that you can't make an excuse of to fail. But guess what? You don't have to fail. You don't have to fail. You can make any excuse that you want, but you don't have to fail. You don't have to be like this. Just if I can make it out, you can make it out. Anybody can win. Listen, anybody can win. It's not about the weapon. It's not about, the sources you got, the resources you got. It's not about that. It's about the mind. It's about the mindset. It's about the will, the heart. Do you have enough grit? Do you have enough oomph in you that you can get out of where you in? Listen, don't look at where you at. Look at where you want to be. I focused on where I wanted to be. I never became comfortable where I was at. I became uncomfortable. So now I got people telling me, listen, you have a good life now. You need to relax. I cannot relax because I can't fail. I have to fail at failing. That's all I knew in life. All I know is keep going forward. All I know is keep winning. All I know is keep triumphing over the things of life that keeps holding you back. All I knew was going against the resistance of life. I refused to let my siblings struggle. I refused to see my mother struggle. That made me have a dog in me. That made me have a beast in me that makes sure that I'll never, ever, ever suffer again. I'll never, ever, ever be broke again. I will never, ever, ever see my people struggling. Do you hear me? I make sure that I can do anything I wanted to so that I can see them win. And I can do anything I wanted to so I can see myself win. I have to win. I will never be broke again. I cannot stand that feeling. I cannot stand that struggle. But I understand the process thereof to get out of it. I love that. I am a fighter. I love getting out of this uncomfortable situation, position, thinking things over, how to make a way out of no way. I understand the struggles of life. Listen, nobody else can tell you about the struggles of life because I was in it. And I thought I was it. I thought I was a struggle. I thought I was a problem. But I made it out and I realized, man, I failed at failing. I took the failure course so many times. I failed. Life was the teacher and life was telling me, why won't you just fail? Why won't you just be a failure? Why do you keep failing at failing? I said, I will not take on that position. I will not take on that role. I will not be a certified failure. I will fail at being failed until the day I die. I will make sure that I win. I will make sure that those around me win. I will make sure that I will progress and not stress out. I will make sure that I will become something and not become a failure. I will make sure that I will win for the rest of the days of my life. I am a successor. So I'm telling you, don't limit yourself because you have limited resources. Don't limit yourself because you have limited thinking. Don't limit yourself because you have limited life sources around you. No. You got to wake up and shake out of it. You got to see where you want to be. Don't see where you at. You got to see where you want to be and don't see where you at. You got to know that, listen, even though I feel like I'm failing in life, even though the things around me looks like it's failing, it's crumbling, it's corrupted. Listen, it has a lot of corrosion around it. Even though those things are around me, I don't have to be those things. I don't have to live those things. I don't have to think and believe in those things. No. I believe that I can make it out of this. I believe that I can succeed. I believe that no excuse is an excuse. I believe no excuse can get me out of it. I believe there's no excuse that I can use to get me out of this thing. I know that I can make this thing. I know I can be better. I know that I can grow. I know that I can be an example, even though I don't feel like I'm an example, even though I feel like a failure, but I refuse to fail. Listen, you cannot be a certified failure. No. There's enough certified failures out here. You got to be a successor so they can realize that they can succeed. You got to be the example. I know you don't want to. I know you ask yourself why it has to be me. It has to be you because it is you. It is you. Listen, you cannot be a certified failure. You have to understand that failing at failing makes you a successor. You got to realize that life is going to throw you failures. Life is going to make you feel like a failure. But guess what? The way you get up, the way you retaliate, the way you resist, the way you come back out of it, that makes you successor. That causes you to have this thing inside of you that refuses to lose, refuses to be defeated. Do you understand that? You don't have to have people controlling you, telling you what you need to do, what you don't need to do. You can listen within. You can see things around you and what you have to do. You can be responsible yourself. You can start thinking for yourself. You know what's right. You know what's wrong. So I need you to start I need you to start believing in yourself. I need you to start fighting those things that causes you to fail. I need you to start triumphing. I need you to start thinking more and not reacting more. I need you to start believing in yourself. I need you to start understanding that there is a way of life that you can have if you just think it so, if you just believe it so, if you just act it out to be so. I need you to really believe in this thing because you have so much in you. You have so much heart in you. You've been through enough. Why would you want to stay here? Why would you want to go back to it? You've been through enough. I need you to be a champion. I need you to be a victor, the victor that you are, because guess what? I need you to be the example. We need you. We all need you. The world needs you. You have a gift inside of you that can cause other people to get out of failure to becoming a successor. So I need you to get out of it and get into the gift, into that thing that's causing you to go up in life. I need you to get into it because we are failing out here. People are failing and thinking that failure is an option. I need you to remind them what you've been through, remind them what you came out of, and remind them that there is a way. Show them the way and they'll have the way. So listen, I'll talk to y'all next week. I gotta go. This is enough. Y'all got me excited. Tune in for the next episode next week, man. I love y'all. Peace. Have a good one. Take care.